Let's sing this song, everybody, together, okay? I need you loud, loud, because I want you to hear that song, okay? Again. Yo quiero que todo el mundo lo cante fuerte, para que nuestro presidente la escuche, ¿ok?
En español viene ahorita.
Viene ahora.
So,
Tranquilito.
come on. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh my God, I will vote.
Everybody,
I will vote. Come on.
repeat, repeat. Oh.
Dear Latinos for Trump, now that you've seen that your master is going against your own interests, such as we've been warning you for the past couple years or so, now you want to come back and unite? Oh, we have to unite with each other. Fuck you. Go to your master, get back on your knees, and assume the position.
What I think about Kamala is pretty simple. What she's an expert on or in.
Putting people in jail as a
Putting people in jail.
prosecutor.
She's gonna put the country. She's a businesswoman.
No.
What she know how to do? She's gonna make it. She's trying to do an experiment, and we're gonna be there in the experiment. Okay, she's gonna try her poop, and then she's gonna put the whole country in a debt, and then she's gonna do what she does best. That is
Put people in jail.
put people in jail. So she only know how to put people in jail. What are you gonna expect?
Where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia.
I'm Hispanic.
And is this a setup? Did I ever meet you before? Huh?
I'm Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump. We love you. We love you. All the way to the White House.
I sure did. I voted for Trump. And I'm Latina, half Mexican, half Guatemalan.
I'm so sorry I voted for Trump. I didn't know he was going to take away Social Security from 150-year-olds. That he was going to defund trans operas in Colombia. If I had known, I would not have voted for him.
Have papers, and they had to leave their kids because the kids do. What type of shit is this, yo? And then kids are freaking grabbing teachers and crying on their leg because they don't know if they're about to see their parents when they get home. What the fuck is this? And we voted for this shit? 15 people just got picked up on Wilshire at the Home Depot. On Wilshire. Yo. Man, oh my God. This is not right. This is not right, yo.
Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you don't listen to black women or people of color to say, don't vote for this man. Just because you look like his skin color, do not vote for this fucking man. And here we are. Yeah, they're hunting all of us down like fucking animals because that's what they see us as, is animals. And you want to come on here crying and complaining. That's the problem. Is everyone who was fucking light-skinned Latino or whatever the fucking case may be thought that y'all would get a free pass just because you guys were light-skinned enough. But y'all definitely weren't white-skinned enough, and that's the problem. You really thought they had your fucking best interests at heart, and they're not. And it's fucking embarrassing that this country is literally building itself on literally racism. That's what this country is now. It's no longer home of the free, land of the brave. It's land of the racists and land of the white-hooded people who want to go and control every goddamn thing. Literally, that's all it is. So don't jump on here crying and complaining saying, are you guys okay with this? Of course we're not fucking okay with it. But this is the consequences of your guys' fucking actions, and it's fucking disappointing. Because every goddamn time, it never fucking fails. The people that are light-skinned enough always fucking think they're white-skinned enough to go ahead and pass. And the people that are pissed off when they read this fucking video and be like, what do you mean white? The people who are white already know that we're not talking about them. I'm talking about the racist motherfuckers in this.
The Latinos for Trump, specifically the Mexicans, the Mexican Americans. On this Mother's Day weekend, if you have an undocumented mom, I want you to look her straight in the eyes and tell her, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Thank you for crossing the border and risking your life just so I could be born here, grow up, and be a freaking sellout and vote against you. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And sorry for voting for a guy that wants you out of this country just because I want her more money, just because of the economy. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and let's hope you don't get deported.
Is for the Cubans for Trump, actually for all Latinos for Trump. The Supreme Court just revoked the legal status of 500,000 people from like Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, I think, and then somewhere else. So you guys better start packing your shit because they're coming after you. They don't care that you voted for them. They never cared about you in the first place, dog. We tried to tell you this shit, but you didn't listen. So now they're coming after you. Supreme Court just ruled on it. You guys better start packing because they're going to either leave on your own terms now at this point, or they're going to come after you. You guys are in danger. And you voted for it. That's the crazy part.
It's time to vote for the president.
Understand that it was never about your legal status. It was just about the fact that you were not white. Trump told you that he was going to do this, and you let him use you. Cubans for Trump, Latinos for Trump, dogs for slaughterhouses, and y'all voted for him. And it's just because you had too much disdain for a black woman. You could not stand to see a black woman make it into the position of power that y'all wanted, so you voted for the man who wanted to send you back to your war-torn countries. Because most of these visas, the over 500,000 visas that he's revoking, are visas that Biden gave to people who were fleeing war-torn countries. Biden did so much for the country, provided so much solitude, gave the people a fighting chance, alley-ooped it up to Harris, and you guys said, no, she's black, fuck that shit. Now you have a month to self-deport, not a month to contest, not a month to get your legal status in order. He is giving 500,000 people a month to self-deport or face deportation through ICE. And you know what ICE is now? They take you to Guantanamo Bay.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to dive deep into a topic that is not only profoundly impactful but also incredibly emotional. But before we dive in, I want to make something absolutely clear, that this video is purely for educational purposes only. I am not here to take sides or endorse any political parties or express personal opinions on policy. My aim is to provide information, context, and a platform for understanding a complex and sensitive issue. We'll be discussing real-world events and the experiences of individuals, and it's crucial to approach this with an open mind, focusing on learning and critical thinking. We're going to react to a series of videos and reports that shed light on a deeply troubling situation, the experiences of the Latino voters who previously supported Donald Trump, and the challenging realities they are facing right now. So guys, I want to tell you that this is not just about political discourse or abstract policy debates. It's fundamentally about the real lives of human beings, their hopes, their fears, and the profound consequences of political decisions. So to provide some crucial context for our discussion today, I'd like us to look at some of the recent developments. And according to comprehensive reporting by the Associated Press, that's the AP, and the Supreme Court of the United States recently rendered a decision that permitted the Trump administration to move forward with revoking vital legal protections for a significant number of immigrants. And we are talking about over 530,000 individuals, and a massive population, including people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. And this decision essentially encourages them to voluntarily leave the country, or alternatively to prepare themselves to face the harsh reality of deportation. So this is not a hypothetical threat. It's a present and a growing concern for hundreds of thousands of families. What makes this situation particularly poignant and frankly heartbreaking for many is that a substantial number of those directly affected by these policy changes are individuals who actually casted their votes for Donald Trump at the ballot. And many of them genuinely believed that their vote would offer them a measure of safety. Crazy. A shield against the very policies that are now impacting their lives. And there were so many narratives at the time suggesting that certain groups or individuals might be spared due to perceived racial or ethnic characteristics, with some even being told they were light-skinned enough to avoid the brunt of stricter immigration enforcement. So here are Latinos. They thought that they were, because they were kind of light, they thought that they had a proximity to whiteness. But the current reality paints a starkly different picture, as one commentator powerfully articulated that these individuals are now facing a situation where they are being, and I quote, hunted down like criminals, end of quote. The consequences are devastatingly real, with reports of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, raids tearing families apart. And we've seen distressing images and heard gut-wrenching stories of children clinging to their teachers in schools witnessing their parents being apprehended and taken away, and their families fractured in an instant. And our today's reaction video will focus intensely on the deeply emotional and profoundly human aspect of this unfolding crisis, and I'll explore themes of regret, the pervasive grip of fear, and the profound sense of betrayal felt by many. This is particularly poignant for those who, perhaps in hindsight, now realize they disregard warnings from black people and the people of color, and especially black women, who, drawing from their extensive lived experiences with systemic racism and oppression, cautioned against the very outcomes that we are witnessing right now. And their warning was clear, concise, and chillingly accurate. And I quote, "Voting for racism does not protect you from it." And tragically for many, it appears that the shop is closed. There is no second chance, no opportunity to reverse a decision whose consequences are now manifesting in their daily lives. It's like you cannot stop a matured ejaculation. So I want to urge you to sit down, and this is far more than just a political commentary, and it is a critical wake-up call, a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our communities and the tangible impacts of our choices. Let us not just talk about this, let us truly delve in understanding, and I'll be back with my further analysis.
All right, this message is for my brown people. And although us black folks decided to sit this one out because we did try to warn y'all at the polls, we do see that it's fucked up. California is a blue state. 66% of Latinos in California voted against Trump, but it's not enough. You got to work on your people that hate us. Then you got to rally your people because they hate you like they hate us. And don't tell me this is not about race. There's over 500,000 undocumented immigrants in America from Poland or Russia or Germany, the UK, Italy, Ireland, all over Eastern Europe. But they not joining the protest because they not being targeted. America has always been obsessed with race. You burglarize and steal someone's home, make laws that only protect you, then get upset when they want to move back in. Talking about, we need to protect our borders. Most of you never even met a Mexican American, and if you have, they're probably doing a job that you would never want to do anyway. These ain't criminals. They're snatching up students and nurses and builders and farmers, electricians and plumbers. They got fucking armored vehicles pulling up on line cooks. You're separating mothers from their children and telling people who've been here for decades to just go and start a life somewhere else because you're uncomfortable. In their land. You just took their shit and was even too lazy to change the names. It's still San Francisco, San Diego, San Bernardino, Ventura, Calabasas, Rancho Cucamonga. But it's all in the name of law, right? Well, hanging people was law. Owning people was law. Segregation was law. Jim Crow, mass incarceration, redlining, stop and frisk, law, 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 law. Just because it's written don't make it right. You know Adolf had laws too. It's funny how you want people to follow the rules when they only benefit you. So let me get this straight. A man who was found guilty of committing 34 felonies is turning our troops against people who committed a civil violation. Being undocumented is a civil violation, not a felony. So who you put in office is far worse than any of these folks out here just trying to build a life in America. But y'all let him slide because he's white. I'm here in LA and not a single person died during these protests. 5 people died when they stormed the Capitol and those thugs were pardoned. Can you imagine if black and brown people stormed the Capitol? We wouldn't make it onto the fucking lawn before we got slaughtered. You naggers are all savages. You're tearing up property. Are you telling me that an insured Apple store or Louis Vuitton store is more important than the historic Capitol building of the United States? At least when black and brown people riot, it's for survival of civil rights. White America will burn a whole city down because their team won the World Series. So to all my brown brothers and sisters, coming from a people who's been fighting on the front lines for over 400 years, sacrificing our bodies so that Muslims and Asians and Africans and Indians and brown people can live a comfortable life in America, please realize that we are tired. A bit of advice. There is not a word that you can say to make those racists feel compassion because they do not view you as their equal. So keep protesting and going as hard as you can. And to the colonizers who agree with Mr. Trump, let me ask you a question. If all of your land is stolen and someone told you to go home, where would you go?
I got a question to my Latinos for Trump. How y'all feel today? Do y'all see what's going on in California right now? Do y'all see how voting for Donald Trump didn't give y'all a single brownie point with white uneducated voters? How it did y'all no good. Wearing a MAGA hat, thinking that that was going to put y'all above it all. Now, abuela, Dio, and tia, and mijo, and mija, everybody getting sent up out of here. Without an ounce of due process, right along with you. How y'all feel today? Honestly. Y'all did all that Latinos for Trump, we love Trump. Now you're up out of here. Y'all were the deciding factor in all of this. White, uneducated voters were going to vote for Trump no matter what. That was a lost cause. But you people, on the other hand, whole different ball game. This was an open book test, and y'all failed.
Latinas for Trump. You can still be for Trump. Just do it over there in Mexico. Bigly. Blacks. Blacks. The Latinos want you to come to the party. Finally, you're getting invited to the siesta. Only it's a protest party this time. They want you to get out there with your picket signs against ICE. Why are we against ICE all of a sudden? I thought we liked ICE. There's plenty of ICEs that we do like. We like iced tea, both the drink and the washed up wrapper. We love his wife Coco. She's so beautiful, don't you agree? We like Ice Spice. Okay, the thick one, not the thin one, apparently. Apparently the thin one is for the whites and the blacks like her thick. Bigly, they like that. Vanilla ice? No, we don't like that. No vanilla ice, but we like the ice capades. We like dry ice. And the fancy drinks where they put the little stuffies inside. We like that bigly. Bigly, we enjoy it now. When I bring ice, it's a problem. Of course, everything I do is a problem. You guys find a problem with every single thing that I do. Listen, guys, why are we calling for the blacks? The blacks already told you they weren't going to protest with you when 92% voted for Kamala. I thought that was really crazy because we were already going to rig the election, so why bother? You know what, I think you should be calling on the other white passing minorities, you know who. You call the Asians because you both like rice. You just don't like ice. You don't like ice. It's a common ground. Bigly. You're white passing, which is a little delusional, a little misguided because, unlike the Irish or the Italians, you don't pass for white. We're not confusing you. It's pretty clear you're brown, you're Asian. Denial is a river in Egypt. Bigly. But whatever floats your boat, whatever gets your rocks off. I don't think the blacks are gonna show up for you. Sorry. But we can always blame the blacks. It's always a thing. It's always a default setting to blame the blacks. They're just a good group to blame. And they're a talent. They'll come out of it somehow. Super resilient. Very, very strong, those guys. Their backs. The backs of the blacks are super strong. Top notch. You see the movie Get Out? Physical. Hispanics for Trump. Don't lose your mojo. Keep it going. Just because we deported your abuela doesn't mean you can't vote for us next time. Well, how's the song go? I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote. Let's do it. I will vote for Donald Trump. Don't lose your mojo just because of a little ice raid. Bigly. Perhaps when you're calling for the blacks to come and protest with you, maybe you should say it in English, maybe Ebonics. I don't think they speak the Espanol, but they do love a little fajita coming to the table with the smoke and the sizzle. It's very nice. The presentation is exquisite. Honestly, truly, bigly.
Why are black people saying this is not our fight making you upset? I've seen video after video from Latino creators or Latino people coming online pleading to black people to put our bodies at the forefront of this fight against illegal ICE raids, against deportation, against roundups, against undocumented people being rounded up and families being disjointed. But there's several reasons as to why you should not be shocked that black people are sitting this one out. You guys all remember that this is a subset of your community last year. You're also aware that across the board, overwhelmingly black people voted in favor of the candidate that had black interests, Latino interests, Asian interests at heart. Where if you look at the sentiments of what that vote represents, half of your community voted for this. Half of your community said F you to black people. Half of your community said, we don't care about you. Half of your community said you wanted to be white aligning and white adjacent. And now you're being reminded of the fact that you're not. We have to have the ability to hold multiple truths when we speak to each other as communities. The truth is that Latinos are not in a monolith. It's just an all-encompassing umbrella that they put you under. And that, yes, the majority of the people that voted for Donald Trump and were doing that were Cuban and were other people in different parts of the country, and undocumented people in Mexico, in California are being impacted by that. That is true. But what's also true is that there is a history of black people fighting and being at the forefront of civil rights in this country since the inception of civil rights in this country. And it's always been pushback and non-solidarity from multiple communities who are voting and always going against black people. So this particular time when black women especially really came out in droves and really fought forward with our votes, and you guys didn't do it, your community didn't do it. It's like, why would I fight now? Why would I fight now? So I just need you, like, if you're gonna come online and make pleas and ploys to black people, because I've seen so many videos, start by acknowledging the fact that your community has colorism, anti-blackness, and voted against your own best self-interest. Start with that. Don't come in here and ask black people just to put our bodies at the forefront of the line, because we've been doing that for a century. Secondly, I think the majority of black people who are saying that they're sitting this one out are using their voice in other ways or having solidarity with you in other ways, but they're not going to protest. They're not going to go get hit by rubber bullets. They're not going to put themselves in harm's way or make that effort again, because you guys, it's time for you to fight for yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for you. Now, there's also a bunch of black people online who are asking black people to come out and fight for everyone, and everyone needs to fight, and this is our fight as well. While I do agree with a lot of those sentiments, because if they're doing it to brown citizens, they can do it to black citizens, and they can use the Congo and Haiti as an excuse to just racially profile all of us. That's very true. But you have to stop telling black people to put themselves on the line when black people are exhausted. Black people are exhausted. Black people have done so much for all communities in this country. At a certain point, there has to be a time where they need to rest. And right now, a bunch of people are resting, and that's fine. But there will always be people in our community who fight. Like, I'm using my voice every fucking day on this app. I've made an update about every single thing going on with ICE raids, locations, where they are, what's happening with Trump. I do it every day on my social page, and it's exhausting. Like, I'm actually exhausted. Today, I put up like 10 posts. I'm exhausted, but I'm doing it because I know my voice has reach, and I know that people need to hear it. And that's my personal choice. I'm not doing it because I feel obligated. So stop trying to make people feel obligated to put themselves on the line again. I say that to say it's a lot of fucked up shit happening in this country. I know that people and families, I was in tears last night seeing people self-deport themselves and people getting rounded up, grandfathers and grandmothers and abuelitas getting taken away, who are the people who are the fabric of this city in LA. But I just know that it doesn't end here, and there are black people on that list. There are black countries on that list. There are black countries on that list, and I'll say that to you again. There are black countries on that list.
Latinos for Trump is like, yo, the co-founder's like, yo, he deceived us. This was not part of the plan, Mr. Trump. President Trump, you say you were going to have our back, and we had your back in voting you in. But now we see you for the liar that you are. And the black community is like, yo, what y'all talking about? We told y'all what was going to happen. We showed up and did what we had to do. And y'all pulled the lever for somebody that ain't never rocked with y'all. I don't know why y'all felt so comfortable in voting this guy in when he already told you what he was going to do. And he's doing it. So people are like, yo, should we feel sorry for y'all? Because y'all the one that voted for the man overwhelmingly. And the black community like, yo, this ain't our fight. We love y'all, but this ain't our fight. Y'all gonna have to handle this one. So what y'all think? Is it, this is what y'all voted for, so this is what y'all get? It ain't our fault, it's y'all fault. Whose fault is it? Y'all let me know.
I don't want to hear your cries. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Because I don't feel no ways tired. I don't want to hear this is not what I voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. That man let you know time and time again that he don't fool up with black and brown people. And it's sad because you yearning so bad to have proximity to whiteness made you turn a blind eye to the disrespect, made you feel like you were bigger than the program, made you feel like all the insults that he spewed against your people didn't apply to you. So now y'all want to act shocked and appalled because he done called the National Guard, everybody and they mama, to scrape you and your family members off the floor of LA. No better for you.